Praise the Darkness Jerky.
Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again, introducing you to my Darkness 2 Dawn difficulty video walkthrough. This is the third section to chapter 13, and we're continuing to search for Victor while taking down an entire army of the Brotherhood. So get ready to shoot some more dudes, kill a bunch of people, and do your Darkness thing, because there is a lot of combat from here in the end of the game, and it's going to be pretty full on for the rest of it. But first I'm going to update some people on my little sob story. So anyone familiar with my channel will know that I'm having a problem with my Xbox reading my disc. It's officially got to the fucking epidemic stage where it can take 20 minutes now for me to actually start a game. So if you've noticed me sign on to Xbox Live and stay on the dashboard for a long time, that has nothing to do with me, you know, leaving my Xbox and going to do other things. That is how long it's taking me to start a fucking game. And it's nothing to do with the discs, it's to do with the Xbox itself. I think it's the laser, and it's just kind of forcing me to buy a new Xbox, which I've been saying I'm going to do for a while because I need the new hard drive. And it kind of sucks because I'm a little low on funds, and Xboxes aren't fucking cheap. And it just pisses me off because this will be the third Xbox I've bought, and I know there's a lot of people out there that have bought a hell of a lot more, but I bought one N64 and it still fucking works. And I just hate the fact that these new consoles are so prone to failing. And if the next gen stuff like the PS4 and the next Xbox are anywhere near as, you know, fucking prone to dying as they are, it's going to really annoy me, because it's just not fair. You don't expect it these days, you expect things to fucking work. And it's just kind of gay. And don't get me wrong, the PlayStation 3 is a hell of a lot more reliable than my Xbox. It's I haven't had any issue with it at all, aside from sometimes my HDMI starts playing up, but that's a cable, that's nothing to do with the console. I can't understand how they get away with releasing it, dude. It's like fucking... It is not fit to do the purpose that it was sold to do, and there's illegal legislation that you can quote if something is not fit for its service, and you can get a full refund, but I'm just so damn lazy sometimes, it's crazy. But as soon as you come over here, you're going to trigger a checkpoint, and you're going to get attacked by two of the teleporter guys. And luckily enough, they're pretty damn easy, and if you move over to this corner, there is a lovely cheeky spot where they have to come to you and nobody can shoot you in this corner. So if you ever get in trouble, stand over here, get your life back, and wait for them to come to you. I used it a couple times. I didn't use it so much on this playthrough, but I did on my first one because I found it and I'm like, yeah, that's a nice cheeky corner, I'll use that. And just kill these dudes however you want to do them. I just cut that dude in half and stole his legs for some reason. That's because how I roll. Ooh, there might be 3 of them actually, I'm not too sure. Yeah, there's quite a lot of those guys, but just, you know, take it with a pinch of salt. This is the Darkness 2 after all. And what's going to be happening here is, do you see the suspiciously Joker, Batman, Arkham Asylum looking doorway? We're going to be throwing explosive barrels at that to break it, and when you throw the first one, after your Darkling finds it for you, it's going to trigger a spawn to your left. A gate's going to blow through and a bunch of guys are going to turn up, so if you want to run back to the position I was previously holding to take them out, it is the safest way to do it. But you don't have to, you can kill them however you want to. And this is kind of a circuitous route just to get through this door. It's kind of a way to elongate the level, and it doesn't really need to, because this is one of the longest levels on the game. Which is kind of strange. But seeing as how this is just going to be some like a big old parade of combat of me killing the dudes I've been killing for a while, I'm going to talk about something a little different. So me and TRW Aiden, the guy from the podcast, we were playing Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker the other day, and it was my first exposure to that game. If you've never played that game is the fucking dumbest thing I've ever seen, but it's really, really fun. And obviously, it's co-op, so that makes it better as well. But I've got big gripes with it, because it comes from a PSP, if people don't know, and that was a console that didn't have an analog. And they changed the controls to kind of accommodate for the fact that they didn't really have the full features that you would if you were playing it on a console. So the controls are super funky, and I've come off Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, which the difference between 2 and 3 is pretty big, so when you play 3 after playing 2, you start fucking up and making stupid mistakes, because there's subtle tweaks to the controls. Well, when you play Peace Walker, the differences is astounding. And look at this, I am completely out of ammo, and I didn't even realise. I don't think I've ever heard a gun click so much in my life. That was hilarious. But the third one, they change everything, and it's really throwing me off, but it's a lot of fun, that game, and it's really strange because we didn't even realise till like after the third mission that you could use the Fultron mechanic and steal dudes for your base, because it's kind of like Championship Manager meets Theme Hospital or something stupid. It's crazy. You can, and the premise for it is you go out on these missions and you're sneaking about and you're like tranquilizing dudes and doing the Metal Gear Solid thing, but if you steal the guys, you can use them as staff in your military base, and you can assign them to either do research and development, or, you know, cook in the kitchens, or do the medical base stuff, and and even send them out on missions and things. And it's surprisingly really deep, but I don't think I've ever seen so many menus in my life. It's like fucking, it's like customizing a wrestler on the old wrestling games where you had to go through 9 million screens just to get to the end. It's ridiculous. Like, create your own wrestler. Now, pick his taunt, pick his eyelashes, pick his beard, pick his fucking toes. It's just stupid. Something to note there right then, if you do not shoot that generator, you will have a real hard time with this room. I did not realise the generator was there, so I did this entire fight with that light in my face, and as you can imagine, I had to improvise a lot just to survive it. It was not the most enjoyable encounter. But as soon as you've taken that light out, you can use this to your advantage now. You can let them come to you, and just know that when you push into the room, you're going to trigger some of those teleporting guys, so you want to be aware that they're going to try and kick your ass. But yeah, Peace Walker, it's really fun because it's Metal Gear, and I just like what you do in Metal Gear games. So the ability to do it in, you know, a bunch of generated levels and do it co-op and stuff is still pretty cool. It's just, there's a lot of cutscenes, and I really didn't expect it. And I know what you're thinking, it's Metal Gear, that's kind of what it's all about, but I don't know what it was. I didn't think that this would be like that. I thought that this would be like really arcadey and silly and not be really talky, but as it turns out, it's just as talky as all the other games, so we sat through a fucking shitload of cutscenes just to play the game. And I don't know the extent of what we're going to upgrade or unlock, but I'm hoping it continues on the way it is, because we've been unlocking awesome new weapons, crazy new things to do, and it's just a fun game. And it's kind of funny that in like the start of this year, with the releases that have come out so far, I'm most excited to playing a game that's been out for years than I am to, you know, playing the games that are out now. And don't get me wrong, this is a superb game, and I am enjoying Skyrim, but it's one of those things where I can put Skyrim down and a lot of people can't, which is the distinction between my taste and that game. But like Metal Gear, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm having so many Xbox problems with reading my discs, and the fact that I've got to do the commentary for this to get it up as quick as I can, I'd probably be on it right now, because I've completely recorded the European Extreme Guide on 2, and I'm currently playing through 3, because I want to watch the cutscenes, and as anybody knows, it takes like 17 hours to get through a 5-hour game with the cutscenes, so it's taking its time. But as soon as I've done that, I'm going to start recording the European Extreme no-kill run of Metal Gear Solid 3, which I'm really excited to do. But I'm really rusty at that game, so it might take a while. But I was the exact same when I played 2. I started 2 on normal, and I was like, how the fuck am I going to do a guide for this on its hardest difficulty when I'm getting my ass kicked on normal? And it just turns out that, you know, you learn by doing. You put yourself in a shit situation that's really punishing, and you have to adapt. If you don't adapt, you'll just fail. And I don't like failing, so I'm a stubborn guy, and I managed to do it, so hopefully Metal Gear Solid 3 will be no different. But I don't think I'm going to do anything for Peace Walker. I might just do a balls deep, or just do a couple of little videos to show you what it's all about, because it is a fun game, but it's one of those where you can keep replaying the same mission to get stronger, and then you can come back and do the missions you couldn't beat before, but do them now because you're super strong. And I don't mind that game design element, because it's in a lot of things these days. I just think that there's no challenge if you can just farm levels or grind abilities and get super strong to come back and beat it. And it's the same reason that I did this guide from a new game instead of a new game plus, because I don't understand the people, and I've mentioned this before, anybody that's been with me a long time will know that there are certain elements to my rants that I will reiterate time and time again, and it's because I feel passionately about it, and it's stuff I don't understand. Oh, by the way, if you completely rush past that light and run over here, and when they spawn, you can gang rape them before they've got a chance to do anything. And as you notice, it's a little dangerous if you're not on the ball, but if you do it correctly, you can kill them all with no effort. It's just a complete and utter massacre. But as I was saying, I don't get the people that do the walkthroughs super powerful just to show people how to get through the game, because games these days, they're not exactly rocket fucking science. They're not like, Fibonacci number. It's pretty easy to find where you've got to go these days, because they give you waypoints, they give you all sorts of stuff that games didn't used to have. So if you're having trouble, doing a shoelace, then maybe those guides will help you. But if you have, the mental intellect to be able to press A, then I think you're going to know where to go. And I don't see who they help aside from the person that makes them, because it gives them an ego boost, because I think they've done something good when really they're just a giant retard. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening, and you take care now.